This is a $4,800 payment that I received on the 26th of April for my coaching business. Now, I used to struggle a lot to make money from my coaching business. It took me different trials and different errors. It took me different practices and strategies that I found online in order for me to grow my coaching business. Now, I'm finally at a point in life where I get to grow my coaching business without me having to ever hustle for it. It literally takes me just one single client each and every single week, and I get to collect payments like this. I don't work with multiple people. I don't price my coaching business in sessions, so people come in, they pay me $125 per session. I don't do that. I sell high ticket, and you should too. So what I've done today for you is I actually have created a simple playbook that you could follow so you can go out there and start to make money with your coaching business without having to struggle for it. Now, the first part of the playbook starts with your niche. Now, this is one big problem that I used to face myself. I remember when I first started my coaching business, I positioned my offer in a way where it's like, I help people improve their mental health. Now, that's not an offer. And I see a lot of people do this mistake in their coaching business, is that they're not specific on the person they help, and they're not specific on the problem they help that person solve. And doing that mistake literally costed me a lot of money when I came to run ads, or when I decided to join Facebook groups to find clients. It costed me a lot of time, a lot of burnout, and I literally, at some point, I got fed up with my business that I thought about just not doing it anymore. But then I was talking to somebody and they told me, it's like, listen, your problem is not getting clients. Your problem is your offer. Your offer is not clear enough. So I was like, okay, what could I do to improve my offer? He's like, I need you to first reflect on who you are. Pull up a Google Doc, write your story, and then paste on ChatGPT and tell it, listen, this is my story. Tell me exactly, who's the type of person that I could resonate with and what's the problem that I could help them solve. And when I did that, it came down that the problem that I could help a person solve is anxiety, and the person that I could work with are either people who are high achievers, who literally have goals and aspirations to go after, or just normal 9-to-5 workers. At first, I decided to roll with 9-to-5 workers and just, regular people. And that's when I started to get momentum within my business. I remember I saw my first ever client from my anxiety coaching business who truly paid me premium prices. It's not like somebody who paid me per session, because I did some sessions before. I used to have people who come in and they pay me $100 per session. But then when I became very clear on my offer is when I had the courage to go in and ask for big prices. And my first ever legitimate coaching client for my coaching business came on for $3,000. Now that was a big shift. So my offer at the beginning was, I help busy professionals overcome anxiety to perform better at work. That was my offer. The problem that I help them solve is anxiety. The people that I work with is business professionals. Now in your case, it might be different. It could be anybody else. It could be mothers, it could be fathers, it could be people who are aged from 21 to 30. It depends on who you are and who's the type of person you resonate with most. Your niche and your offer should be set in a way where you only work with people that you resonate with and people you truly understand. And the problem should be very specific. Instead of saying, I help people overcome fear, I help people overcome this, I help people achieve this, say, I help people overcome fear to experience this, or I help people achieve confidence to achieve this at work, or to achieve this in life. Again, you should be very specific on the thing you help that certain person you picked achieve. Now, when you do that, then you can go on to the next point, which is setting your offer structure. This is another big problem that people face, people in the coaching industry, is that they think that they need to have many things in their offer in order to make it appealing so people come in and buy. And I say this because I remember at some point I thought about creating a course and adding it with one-on-one sessions and doing this and doing that, and then I realized I was like, I don't need to do all of that. I was literally in the process of building out a course layout so that I could include in my coaching program. And I realized that I don't need all of that, because the thing that I'm creating, I'm not even sure if people need it. So what I decided to do is, instead of making my offer structure so complicated and making my program so complicated, why not just dumb it down to the point that it just involves 3 things: one-on-one sessions each and every single week, a full game plan you get to the client, or you build that for the client right when they come on board, and the third thing is just direct access to you. And when you set your offer structure, then you can move on to the next step, which is pricing. Now this is the big problem that people face. In the coaching business space, what most people do is that they charge $100 per session, $125 per session. They charge per small packages. Oh, buy 5 sessions at this price and get a discount. If you want to grow your coaching business, this is not what you should be doing at all. And I say this because I remember when I first got into the coaching space, I used to go on Facebook groups and try to find clients, and every time I found a client, I would sell them on $100 session call, and I truly realized that it would take me 100 sessions to get to $10,000. Selling 100 sessions is much more difficult than getting somebody to pay you $3,000-$4,000 up front. Trust me, you find it much easier to sell somebody on something that's at a very high price than trying to sell somebody on something that's at a very low price. And another thing, when you sell people on a coaching program that's priced at a high ticket price, you will notice that the quality of the client is much higher. They're not gonna ask you for guarantees. They're not gonna ask you to be with them 24/7. They're gonna literally follow the rules and follow the advice that you give them and not complain about anything. And that's what I've noticed within my own coaching business. I remember every time I went on sessions, some people would be like, well, I didn't find that result that you were telling me I was gonna get. And then I would tell them, well, did you do what I told you to do last call? They'd be like, no. And that's something you're not gonna find when somebody pays you $3,000. Because let's say somebody came on board and paid you $3,000. Best believe that they're gonna try and get the best out of their money. Every time you tell them to do something, they will do it because they put money on the line. Every time you tell them to fill out this worksheet, they will fill out the worksheet without hesitation because they put money for it. And next thing you know, your clients got results, and next thing you know, your coaching business is growing because you got good testimonials. So always focus on selling people at a price point of minimum $3,000. Again, this depends on the person you're working with. $3,000 and $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 as you begin to sign more people. So for the first 3 people, sign them at $3,000, and the moment you get past 3 people, then raise your price point to $4,000 and go up from there. Now that you have an idea of how much to price your coaching business, then you go on to traffic. Now this is where most people get stuck, okay? Most people who try to grow their coaching business, they go down 2 paths, either Facebook groups or organic content on Instagram, or even third one, local communities, but I'm not gonna count that one. The first 2, I've tried both, okay? Facebook groups didn't get me the results that I was looking for because I was literally signing low quality clients at $100 per session. I didn't want that. And organic content on Instagram takes quite a long time. Sure, you could perform really well on YouTube if you take the time to put in the work, because YouTube is they're promoting small creators. So if you take the time and create YouTube videos that will help your dream specific client achieve a certain outcome for free, you will find momentum. It's just the YouTube game is kind of a consistency game. So you have to be very consistent when it comes to putting out content. But if you're not the type of person who's patient, then you can go on to the best way to actually get clients for your coaching business, which is running ads. I used to struggle because in my mind, I used to think that running ads is actually difficult and takes a lot of money. And both dead wrong, okay? In order for you to run profitable, cheap ads, you just need to figure out 2 things. Your offer, which is what we've talked about in the beginning of this little chit chat that we have. And the second thing is just creating one simple ad, whether that be a carousel, whether that be a simple video calling out the person and the problem you help them solve, and just tell people, listen, DM me this keyword and I will send you a free guide. You send them the free guide, whether that be a small video or something they created on Notion or just whatever you have as a free guide, and then you follow up with them. Now I've switched from struggling to get clients to just simply literally running one ad and getting DMs from people interested in learning more, and I just try to book them in. That's all I do. I don't chase after people. I just set myself in a position where they come to me instead of me chasing them. And that's the exact same thing you should be doing. Now you could take what you've learned in this video and you could try and go implement it yourself. Or you could go ahead and book a call with me down below, and I'm gonna create for you a full game plan that I'm gonna give to you on the call so you can know exactly how you can grow your own coaching business, so you can get to getting clients right away for your coaching business. But if you don't wanna work with me, that's fine. Just implement what I've talked about in this video and you'll be on your way to grow your coaching business to whatever numbers you set.